I'm in the process of putting a new mirror up in my master bathroom. It's this big mirror right here, and it's obviously too low. So I'm going to raise the lights up. I only bought one because I wanted to see how it was gonna look, but I do have two mirrors. I turned off the power to the lights, and then I'm gonna raise it up and get started. New day. I just got my hair done and I am super duper excited. I love my hair. The last time I got my hair done, she fried my hair. Like, we had to cut my hair from here on down, and she screwed it up. My great friend that I do lashes for had recommended this girl, and so I saw her hair and she was talking really good about her, and I went, made an appointment, and I got my hair done, and I am so in love. I love how she did it healthy. So right now it's at like a medium brown, light brown state. Maybe in like 6 months or a couple months, I can go lighter. I just want to do it healthy because I don't want to go through like the breakage. I am just in love with my hair, and I love how she styled it. I forgot to take off my Tiffany's earrings that are blue, so I really, oh shoot, it's stained. Oh fuck. I'm gonna get the cheese. You don't want a cheese sandwich? You don't want a cheese Good. Here's my little drop-off attire. I am going to spin when I come back. I just have on some workout pants, and then when I get back, it's workout time. We are all ready for school. You ready to go? What are you gonna learn today? Are you guys gonna draw hippos? Yeah? Okay, let's go get in the car. Say bye, guys.
No.
You don't want to say bye? Okay, get up. Come on, big boy. Hop in. Good job. Ready, buckle up? Say buckle up, mommy.
Goodbye, mommy. Mommy.
Okay, I finished jump roping, finished cycling. Now I am done, so I'm going to whip me up a protein shake and make some eggs to eat. Jeez, it feels like I haven't filmed in forever. I haven't been in the mood to record. I've been going through highs and lows. There are so many things to catch you guys up on. I am going to put my makeup on for part of this vlog just because I can sit down and chit chat with you guys. First of all, this Texas weather is just ridiculously hard to get used to. I, have severe allergies. There's all of these home remedies that people tell me to try. I keep hearing different stories about how Texas is. They say it's like a dome, but it's so weird because in El Paso, I never felt like this. So San Antonio specifically has something that I just cannot handle. So what month is this? It is March. What new things have happened? When was the last time I vlogged? I don't even know. I have to go through my phone to look. All I know is the only thing that can really stand out is we had my son's birthday, his 3rd birthday passed. Here, Hunter, hold it. There. Say cheese. Oh, my phone's connected. Do it towards me. That was awesome. He's 3 now. My sister came to visit. After that, it was February. We actually went out to Houston for his birthday. I met my idol. Oh my gosh. How can I talk about it without making myself sound like a kid? Because I am 40 years old, so I'm not a kid. Let me just explain to you how I liked Penny Hardaway. Okay, so that's the idol. That's who it is. It's Penny Hardaway. Hopefully I don't get emotional because, it's just crazy how I did not ever think I was gonna meet him. So basically, when I was younger, I was born in the city. There's a lot of Asians, there's lots of whites, blacks, all of that. Gosh, I really don't want to hit any sensitive points in here because I don't like talking politics. I don't like talking racism. I was born and raised in the city. And then my parents moved to a more rural area where there's like predominantly white folks. I didn't know that. I don't think any of us really knew that because we were so young. I was in kindergarten. When I moved there and went to school there, I didn't notice that there was a lot of white people and that I was the only Asian. I wasn't raised to look at those things. The only time that I figured out like, oh my gosh, I'm in a school that's all white people is because I got picked on in elementary school. Every time the teacher called attendance, you know how you'd say, Ashley, here, Vicky, here. The teacher called my name for attendance. All you could hear is people go, ching chong ching. Oh, can you speak English? Go back to China. I didn't really understand what was going on. I went from an elementary school that there was no picking on to all of a sudden to be picked on. And I was pretty soft and shy. My cousin also went to the school too. We kind of like moved together. She was Asian and she got picked on too, but it wasn't as much as me, I don't think, or maybe I was just more sensitive to it. One day we're in the gym and she's playing basketball and she was really athletic and playing basketball, dodgeball, volleyball. I noticed that the girls were like going to her, being cool with her, not picking on her. I think she was also like, don't make fun of me type of attitude too. So I think that helped. I really admire her for that because I was just so timid and shy that I would never stick up for myself. As I'm seeing that go on, I'm like, okay, well, gosh, I need to get into sports. I need to get athletic so that I don't get picked on. I started volleyball. I actually wasn't really good at sports until I think my high school year. I'm noticing that, so I'm trying. Also, I needed rides to and from practice. So that was like another hard thing because at the time my parents only had one car. And so luckily our neighbor actually took me to practice so that I could practice. It was a really good neighborhood that we were in besides being picked on. So then fast forward a little bit, basketball season came and they were like, you know, who wants to sign up for basketball? I remember my neighbor and my cousin was like, you know, I want to play, let's sign up, let's do this. I started watching TV. I noticed, because my dad watched sports. So I was watching basketball, and back in those days, Shaquille, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Alonzo Mourning, that was what was really popular. And at the time, Orlando Magic was at the top because they were winning game after game after game. I'm watching TV. I'm trying to learn how to play basketball. I'm watching like Penny Hardaway at the free throw line and I'm watching him do a free throw shot and I'm like, okay, because I would shoot balls like this. When I learned how to play volleyball, I just took the volleyball knowledge over to basketball, not knowing that you're supposed to shoot like this and not like this. So I used to shoot basketball like this, but then as I'm watching Penny Hardaway, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's how you shoot. So crazy. It still has not sunk into me that I met him. Okay, so let's see, where did I leave off at? Oh my gosh, because it's just so surreal to me still. So then when I finally got a basketball, because I think even getting a basketball back in the day was like expensive and hard to do. My sister would buy my nephew basketballs because he loved basketball. We got a hoop. I don't even remember how we got a hoop in our front yard. I would just watch game after game after game and watch Penny Hardaway play. All of a sudden, I start getting a little bit better. Still not really good. I played on the bench, basically. Just the fact that I tried and I was on the team with the basketball girls and everything just made the people that made fun of me, they stopped making fun of me. I don't know how, and I'm not saying that sports was the reason why. It was just really sad. I would go home crying to my sisters and tell them about what happened. My other sister, she was like, yeah, you're just gonna have to ignore it because I think she had gotten picked on too. I just had to get over it. So then by, I want to say like my 6th grade year or something, fast forward to that next year. So my sister started buying me all of Penny Hardaway gear. She bought me monthly subscription to his magazines. She bought me the Penny shoes, which I'm so sad because I cannot find them. They're gone, they're lost. I'm so sad. She bought me a jersey and she was just like hooking me up with everything. She was kind of like my mom, where she knew that she took me school shopping. She bought me the cool things, the cool socks, because back then high socks were in, especially during volleyball season. I go to school and I'm wearing the Hardaway shoes and all of the guys are just like, oh dang, you got the shoes. I guess I started getting like, the boys started liking me or whatever. That was cool because it went from being made fun of for the first year or two to like all of a sudden being cool. Every time I'd wear his shoes, everyone would just be like, oh wow, you got the shoes. And then there was this kid, Jamie. What is it? He had gotten the sports cards, the basketball sports cards. He had a Penny Hardaway one, and he was a Dallas Maverick fan at the time. I remember he used to always wear a Jason Kidd jersey. We would always talk like sports and stuff in science class. I remember one time I was biting my nail and then I bit my nail and then I went and spit it and then it got in his freaking eye. Oh my God. I was so scared. I went with him to the nurse. I remember, I think it was Miss Ross, and I was like, oh, Miss Ross, I accidentally spit my nail out and it got into Jamie's eye. So I had to walk him to the nurse. The nurse had to get some like eye spray to push it out. And I was like, dude, are you okay? He was like, yeah, I'm fine. He was like walking to the nurse with his eye like this the whole time. I don't know if we built like a really good friendship after that because he gave me 4 or 5 Penny Hardaway cards. I actually kept them because when I met him last month, he signed them. What the fuck? Just talk to your kids. Make sure that they don't make fun of them. That's pretty much the backstory of how I got caught up with Penny Hardaway. And my signature was Vicky my last name and then the number 1 at the bottom. Like, it was just really ridiculous. I just loved him. I loved his humbleness and his greatness. He was the greatest. Going up against Michael Jordan, he was just a great player, great personality, never cocky, never got any technical fouls, never got into any fights and stuff. I just don't like guys like that. To me, it's just like, why? That is the reason why I have loved Penny Hardaway ever since, and still do now. And you know what is so crazy is that I used to calculate the years, and I used to be like, okay, so when I'm 30, he'll be 40. Is that too old? Like, I really thought that like we were gonna have a future together. I was like, I am so determined to meet this guy and he's gonna be mine if I ever meet him. Okay, so now you guys know why I love Penny Hardaway so much and how it all started with Penny Hardaway. So everyone knows that he's coaching for Memphis and I'm in Texas. He was playing a team against Houston. I'm like, oh my gosh, my son's birthday is on the same day that they play in Houston. I want to go to the game, but it's my son's birthday, so what do I do? I've always wanted to go to a game because when we were in Nashville, I always wanted to go to one of his Memphis games, but it just never happened because Tennessee, those games are like more than NBA games. More than NBA games. They're really expensive. One ticket was like $328 and I'm just like, hell no. Just because Kentucky is ranked so high. So I was like, nope, no thank you. This year I was just like, you know, been cooped up, COVID is here, I want to go to a game. And so then I looked it up and then saw that they were in Houston. So then I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to go. Hopefully he'll be there coaching. We went to the game. The moment I saw him, I was just like, because the lights went off, they did the national anthem, they announced the guest before they announced the home. And when they announced the guest, I was like, oh my God, I could not believe. I wanted to cry so hard. My middle one, Anthony, kept looking at me because I don't know. I couldn't focus and be in my moment because he kept staring at me, so I couldn't cry. He's like, Mom, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I was like, I feel good, I feel good. And then he's like, well, I hope you had a great birthday or something because it's his birthday. And he's like, well, for my birthday, I'm really happy to see you happy, so that's all that matters. And I was like, oh, thank you, you're so sweet. Gave him a little hug because he was happy to see me happy on his birthday. Everyone gives me a hard time, but you know what, fuck off, because like, whatever, fuck you. Yeah, it's just crazy how the dates happen to be the same on the same days. At the end of the game, my son was like, Mom, let's go over by the tunnel. No, it's okay. I'm waving at him. My son was mad because I didn't go over by the tunnel because there was a lot of people over by the tunnel taking pictures. As he's leaving the tunnel, my husband said he saw him say, I'll be back. And so I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I heard him say he'll be back. And I'm like, can we stay? He looks and then I'm just like, my little infant was acting up. So he ended up taking him somewhere and then Penny came and then I was just like, hi. Well, the first incident was when he comes out of the tunnel and then my son, Anthony, he was like, Mom, he's coming. So then I walk over, I was like, Penny. And then he came, one of the guys was like, hey, look. So he pointed at me. So then he came over, shook my hand. And he was like, hi, nice to finally meet you. And then I was like, yeah, hi, nice to meet you. He shook the boy's hand. And then he was like, I'll be back. I got to go do an interview with ESPN. And then I'll be back. And I was like, okay. So I waited and waited and waited. It was like so long, maybe like 30 minutes or it was long. First, he was like hugging a guy. And as he was hugging the guy, he looks at me. He's like, you ready? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I had my basketball cards with me ready for him to sign and everything. I even had a marker.
Nice to meet you.
I was just like, how are you doing? Good game, nice win. I was just really choked up. I wanted to say like so many other things, but I also mentioned like, wow, I didn't know you had Larry Brown on your team. I remember him back in the day, whatever. And then I was like, can you sign these cards? I have these cards. And so he signed them. I only, like, out of the 5 or 6 that I have, he only signed 2 because I didn't want to like overload him with the cards. We hugged, and then he took a picture with me and the boys. And it was just the greatest feeling ever. Just met Penny Hardaway, signing my cards. They have no idea. My lips are dry. Oh my God.
Look at the oh.
Set, go. I was just so happy, and I was shaking. Like, he touched me here and I was just shaking. I was just like, yeah. So I finally got to meet my idol. If there are any of you out there, you're young and you have something that you are reaching for, go for it, because you literally never know. I would have never ever in my life thought that I was ever gonna meet him. You know what the crazy thing of it is that I said, you know what? I'm going to go to this Houston game and I'm going to bring my basketball cards with me and I am going to meet him and he is going to sign them. I told myself that, and it happened. My sisters were so happy. They screamed and they were just like, oh my gosh. I told them everything. I was so exhausted after meeting him because I called them on the phone and they were just like, no way. I got a picture with him, and then I was like, can we take a picture of the boys? And you know what's so crazy? He kept looking at Craig. I was like, so this is my senior over here, and then this is the birthday boy. And he said, happy birthday to Anthony. Anthony said, thank you. I gotta go pick up my oldest right now. He's gonna go take his driver's test to get his driver's license. It is in the afternoon. I just dropped off one of my kids to work, and then I'm on my way to pick up my other kid from daycare. Hopefully he's in a good mood. I have some food for him, so I think he'll be super happy to have some chicken nuggets. And they lifted the mask mandate. Gosh, this is like the worst time to come because there's like all the parents come and pick up their kid. We picked up the big baby. He's eating some food that Big Brother got him from Wendy's. What are you eating, Hunter? Is it chicken nuggets? Mmm, yummy. And is that juice? That's juice, huh? Now I'm just on the way back home, and I'll show you what I did to the house a little bit, as far as like new things that I bought from IKEA. So, oh, you see a lot of cars, huh?
Oh, great car.
And they're driving fast.
Driving fast?
Yeah, they're driving fast. Where are they going? What does that say?
What? This is blue.
Good job.
When you put boat.
What do you want to spell? H for Hunter. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that this is proof that I often change my shirt because my kid gets it dirty. So I'm about to go change. It's still the same day. He just got it dirty. So I'll be right back. And then let's get this last room cleaned up. Happy birthday to you.
You got that on video? And that ain't rap. That's the paint job. Hey, Kip Cat.